Okay, next video. We come across some very interesting stuff on our job. We don't just do one thing. We're not just plumbers, electricians, carpenters, whatever. We're mostly jack of all trades. But every now and then I get a surprise, especially in my location. I've been here 8.5 years. I always get surprised no matter how much I think I know, how long I've been doing this, 20 years straight, doesn't matter. Surprises come up left and right. This is one of those. Get a call about a tenant having a sewer smell in the bathroom. First thing I think is possibly the wax ring or cleanliness. I remember who the tenant is, and that tenant is spotless. I get over there. Before I go upstairs, excuse me, I've been sick for a few weeks. I go upstairs. I go downstairs to where, underneath where the toilet's at. I take a stick and I check the ceiling to make sure there's no soft spots. There was no soft spots. I don't think it's the wax seal. I go upstairs and she tells me she smells it right now. Can I smell it? And I told her about my age, 61, and being congested in sinuses for the past 3 weeks. Now we got pollen season. I can't smell squat. Well, not very good anyway. So then I go through routine. I'll show you that, guys, in a second after I tell you a final story. Because I didn't put in the video, in the second part of this video. I go to a woman's house and she says she's got a gas leak, a major gas leak. So we get over there with the meter. We start checking everything. I mean, quietly. Where it comes in, follow it along the wall. All the rooms. Where we know we have gas appliances, a stove, HVAC unit for the gas tray, for the hot water tank. Check all that. We just check the whole house, spend 20-30 minutes there checking the whole place. Can't find a gas smell. She has a very strong odor. And I recognize the odor. She was treated for pest control. And it was treated hard. Because that was the strongest time I smelled that, like that. But she was insistent that it was gas, and she used to be a manager in the location, and that my tool was no good, it doesn't work. And I told her, I said, I rely on this tool for our livelihood, and I'm going to keep relying on it. So I didn't take her word for it. Left that day. I thought she was going to call the fire department. I was okay with that because they have meters that are much stronger than mine, possibly 100 times better than mine. How many parts per million they can tell me, like 6 or 7. They did it to me once. They got me really good. I had to find a gas leak. It took me 20 minutes to find it. I found it. Different video. It was on the old gas valve where it has the nub, the square nub with the 2 points on it. So you can tell if it's horizontal, perpendicular. And it was the bottom part where the washer's at, or the nut was at. The seal started leaking there. Had to change the gas valve. Good to go. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope I put enough proper information in it for you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Bye. I got a call. There's a sewer smell in the bathroom. I guess first thing I thought to myself, I hope this person is neat, because people miss, especially us older guys. I know that was rough, but either way, I remember the tenant, and I know that person's meticulous. So I had to rule that out immediately. Then the call says that she's getting a sewer smell from the toilet in the bathroom. And I know that person's meticulous. So I said, okay, that means the wax seal's probably no good. And I'll check the ceiling downstairs first. I'll tap the ceiling to see if I find any weak spots. I know where the toilet area is, and I know where to search with a stick. The ceiling was solid. Upstairs, and she says she smells it. She asked me, can I smell it? And basically I've been sick for weeks. Congestion, sinuses. Now we got pollen season. I'm 61 years old. I don't smell that good. If I understand correctly, women smell much better than men. Their sense of smell is much better. So I said, you know what, I gotta keep searching for this, and I couldn't use my nose. So I had to bring out a device that can find sewer smells. There's all kinds of stuff in sewers. Hydrogen sulfide, I believe, is the one that smells like rotten eggs. There's ammonia, carbon dioxide, methane, others, possibly nitrogen in sewers. And when you get all those combined, you can get some really strong odors. I can't tell you percentages because I don't have a clue. But I know there's a lot of stuff in there, more than per se just methane gas. Most of us assume that it's methane gas is in the sewer, and that's what we're smelling. It could possibly be smelling more. And it'll smell differently in different locations. This is the tool I brought out. It's a gas meter. And it's like, Vic, you're looking for a sewer smell. Let's pull all those gases I just mentioned. And this one is about $180 about 5 years ago. And it's very sensitive. A lot of times I have to put it on number 4 instead of number 5. For this illustration, I'm going to put it on the highest setting. It's trying to reset itself. Just make sure it's not detecting anything, so it has a starting point. Okay, now I'm not getting any bars here, so it's not detecting anything. That beep is constant because it tells you when you find something, it starts to beep faster. I can adjust the settings here with these arrows here, up or down, 4, 3, or more, or back to 5. Okay? Next thing I did was I took my meter. I actually checked the toilet. Now I'm not sure how well a lesser price gas meter will pick up, but it's a possibility if it's strong enough, it will pick it up. I've done this before with toilets, even downstairs, where you couldn't see any water, but there was a smell, and I knew the wax ring was no good, so we had to pull the toilet, change the wax ring, and the smell. That day also I couldn't smell it. That was years ago. Another time I was in the same unit and I couldn't smell it. She smelled it. And I've got this next to the drain for the washer box. And sure enough, it picked it up. I was like, when was the last time you used your washing machine? Oh, maybe a few weeks ago. All the water evaporated from the trap. So the gases started coming in the unit. Every drain, I don't care if it's in a slab, has to have a trap to hold water to stop the gases from coming in the unit, okay? One guy asked me that in Home Depot. I'm putting a drain in my tub. Do I have to have a trap? Yes. Okay, next I was like, okay, I know everybody uses the tub in that family. It's 4 people that live there. And the sink was just installed, taken out. I don't have a washer box here, so let me check the sink. See if I get a reading. I got 1 bar on there right now. With hers, it went nuts because it was leaking for a long time. I just created this condition by taking all the water out of the trap. But mine has only been no water in the trap for a few minutes. Hers was probably more than a day. But you guys saw that 1 bar? This is where the methane gas is coming from. I found it today in there. I didn't clog anything good. Don't want to do that. See if I can get a stroke. Okay, at least you did see the 1 bar. In her location, it went nuts. It'll pick up carbon dioxide. That's 5 bars. That's from my breath. So it's very sensitive when it's on the high setting. Okay? Again, I can't tell you how well a lesser price one will work, but that's how I found it today. I found it on other toilets going around it, and I have found it in washer boxes. First time I found it in a sink. And it kind of got me. 28 years doing this straight. So that was very surprising. I want you guys to see that. If you guys have any other questions, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And you do have a way to find sewer gases without tearing everything apart or guessing. Okay? If you don't have one of these, hopefully you know a handyman. You have a maintenance in your location where you work. Or where you live, excuse me. They should have access to something like this. Alright? Even the fire department, they have stuff that's
probably 100 times more sensitive than this. They can tell me how many parts per million in a unit in the air. Could be 6, and they can tell me that. That's how sensitive the equipment is. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.